Well, it's 11:30 and I'm here in Wellington Front Car Park, which is the residential parking zone 2. And as you can see, many of the residential parking bays, which are yellow here, are empty. And if you just look across the way to the other side, you've got the blue parking bays, which are pay and display, and they are completely full. Now behind me is a car. It's not a Gibraltar registered car, and it's waiting patiently for one of the blue spaces to become vacant, because obviously it can't park here in the residential parking zone, even though the spaces are available.
I've been waiting now about 20 minutes, and this is a good parking area if you're going to go into town and you need to carry something, which I have today. Otherwise I would park in Morrison's. If I do some shopping, I can stay there for 3 hours. I do come in, I find it very difficult to find parking. When I was working here Mondays to Fridays, I used to park in Spain and walk in because it was just too difficult to find parking.
So we'll have a look at some other areas in parking zone 2 to see what they're looking like, and we'll also head over to Midtown Car Park and see if there are any free parking spaces for those who can't park here. We first drove around other parts of Zone 2 to see whether more residential spaces were taken in other parking areas. But our pictures tell a similar story. All around town. It's now 11:45 and there were no free non-residential car parking spaces along Queensway Quay that I could find. And those that are driving around looking for somewhere to park might come here to the Midtown Car Park hoping to find a space here. But if they did, they'd be disappointed. The government has been keen to stress that the scheme is still in its test phase and is not set in stone. There are also those who haven't yet applied for their permits or are waiting for their applications to be processed. But it has sparked much debate.
No, it's not working at all. You see empty parking spaces every morning, every evening, so definitely not working.
I don't think it's working at all.
Why?
I find that there's too many traffic, too many cars in Gibraltar for the government to prevent parking in these type of zones.
I think it's bad. It's actually very bad, and especially with this Zone 2 parking.
Yeah, I don't think it's working. I tell you one thing, Gibraltar's got a very, very serious parking because I talk to many people and there isn't anywhere to park.
People who come to town and they're finding that the Midtown car park is full by 9:15.
For some reason it seems that now that there is the residential zone in the center of town, for some reason now we see so many empty spaces.
Driving back, we pass the Landport Ditch car park, which contains free and pay and display bays. But there was just 1 or 2 empty spaces, and these were quickly taken.